In November 2005 I went for a routine annual medical test, and subsequent follow-up tests showed that I had metastatic bowel cancer. The tumours had started from the bowel and had spread throughout my body. I had over 20 tumours. I had 10 in the lungs, 7 on the liver. The largest on the liver was 7 centimetres, the size of a tennis ball. Tumours in the lymphatic system as well as the bowel. The diagnosis was very bad. It was really quite sad to realise that unless I responded almost immediately to treatment, then I had very little time left. We were members of Rabbini Uniting Church, and I spoke to the ministerial staff there, and one of the ministers agreed to baptise me. And the baptism was on the 11th of December 2005, and I'll never forget the day. I was in the church. I realised that I was about to meet God, so I certainly should get to know Him a lot better, and it was something which I'd always wanted to do. I'd never been baptised at Christmas as a child, but I felt a strong need. It was a very moving ceremony. There was a lot of people from the church there that day, and as I came out of the water, I really felt that everything was going to be okay. There was suddenly no need to really worry, that my life was really in the Lord's hands, and whether it be for another 47 years, or whether it be for 1 year, 3 months, 6 months, I would just enjoy life to the fullest. The operation started in May, and they were the most painful thing I've ever been through. But all the time I had support. I had the love of my wife, I had the love of the family, and my immediate family around. But also, very importantly, I had the support, the backing, and the love and prayers of people within the church. We would go to the church, and I gave regular updates to the congregation. And it was very humbling. Afterwards, people would come up to me and say, people I didn't know that well, would come up and say, "Oh, I've been praying for you." It's very difficult to sort of describe what that means to you when you're in a very delicate health situation. There were people who were really hoping for me to get through, and in a way that was a great motivator for me. I kept asking myself, what was the purpose of life? I really wanted to watch my children grow up, grow old with my wife, and also to really have had a purpose to my life. I was always going to retire when I was 50 and start working for charity projects. I was always going to be baptised. Those things, when I was diagnosed at 47, I suddenly realised I wasn't even going to make 48, let alone 50. So there became an urgency, do things now and try and make a difference. And suddenly life is a lot better though. You approach every day a lot better. It's fun to go out bodyboarding and surfing again, play golf again, to hear the laughter of the children and the smile from my wife. They're the things which just make the most to me now. I now come to look upon this experience as one where I have been granted an extension of life, a chance to reflect and get my life affairs in order. So I'm back home with the family, enjoying this particular time. I've actually been able to clean up all my business affairs, get all those in order, and everything's just followed as I planned. We hear that the Lord will look after us if you take total faith in the Lord, then there will be no need for us to concern, and that's what's happened to me in the last month. I don't stress out about life, I don't stress about what's happening. People around me in the church, especially in the men's group, are saying, let's keep fighting this, David, medically. And that's what we're doing. I'm maintaining a positive mental attitude. We pray regularly that some kind of miracle will occur. But on the other hand, I'm very accepting. I'm very accepting the fact that if this indeed is God's will, and that this is the final once in my life, then I've really had a unique opportunity to spend 20 extra months preparing. How many of us get that chance? So the message I give to my friends here is that it really is maintain hope and faith until the end, and really try to live life to the absolute fullest. Do everything I plan to do, and I hope that I can really say that I continue to enjoy life to the very final stage. Thank you.